This video is sponsored by Serious Readers, the lighting company. I've been using their lights now for around 6 months and now use their lamps all of my painting and hobby projects. So as well as the adjustable neck on this, you've also got the head which can rotate around like so, and there's also a ball joint there so you can adjust the light to whichever way you want it to go. So with the lamp, it's adjustable beam. There's a dimmer here, so I can take the lighting down or I can turn it right up, so that's fully controllable. You can also adjust the beam here by turning this and go for wider or narrower spread on the light beam. Then the light is matched to true daylight using the LED daylight wavelength technology. So the great thing about this is whatever you're painting, it's coming through as daylight. It's nice and crisp and clear for your painting, and also finer detail. So recently I've been working on my Adeptus Mechanicus, rebasing and painting up new units for the army. But these lights are fantastic, just for getting that daylight technology. So a true reflection on the colours, fantastic for painting finer detail. No strain on the eyes here, that's the great thing about these lights. On top of that, you've got low heat coming off these because it is LED technology, and low energy use on them as well. So for all your hobby needs, you do need a decent lighting setup. So I'd recommend the Serious Readers lights. These lights are built here in the UK. They come with a 30-day free trial and also a 5-year warranty, and that includes the bulbs as well. So I'll put a link for these lamps in the video description below. And then when you make your purchase, use the code STRIKE7, and that's for any of the lights, the classic light, the Alex light, and the high definition light. And when you use that code, you'll receive a second lamp here. So it's this one here that you can see on the left hand side. So then you'll have the perfect setup for painting, just the cross beam of the two lamps for all of your painting and hobby needs. So check out the link in the video description below. Happy painting and enjoy the video. Right, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 2000 points, Adeptus Mechanicus versus Grey Knights. Alright, so welcome to this 2000 points game, Adeptus Mechanicus versus Grey Knights. So this will be a league battle. Tom has returned. He's been away for a while, but has come back here, and his Grey Knights will appear once again. We're going to thrust them straight into the league. Time marches on here on the channel, and the aim is to get the league resolved around about Christmas time for Season 10. So Adeptus Mechanicus, they have 2 games to play. Grey Knights being entered as well. They have 2 games for our Season 10 battle reports. So the idea is for each faction, as many factions as we can, to play 2 games each, and it's the total of the points from both games added together to establish the top 8 armies, and then we'll go to sudden death, to the knockout stage, to establish the channel champion. So before I run through the list here for the Adeptus Mechanicus, we'll call out the patrons at gold level to get names shouted out at the start of all of our games, and also Patronic dice to use at some crucial point during the game. So that is Andrew Swan, Bjork the Zog Puncher, Carrie Kunkel Thrall the Silent King, Lord Commissar Charles Cranford, Chris Comiskey, Chris Heim, Dave Humphries, Drew Gums, Dylan Moore, Unstoppable, Longbow BB, Luke Schwengel, Marcus Anthony, Maxwell Knuckles, Nathan Paxton, Nicholas Lucas, Paul Cook, Peter Almo, Ray Cross, Samuel Pananeri, Scott Costello, Carl Roden, the artist Fallen Nose Veej, Travis and Jen, Tyler Schwab, Tyler Summers, and Darren Gardner. So big thanks to them for their support at gold level. At the end of the game, I'll call out the silver level patrons, and then you can check out the names of all the patrons, including those supporting at bronze, in the end credits of the video. Alright, so Adeptus Mechanicus here. I have rebased the army, restructured the army. There should be a new army video coming out soon with a new list, tactics and structure and so on. But sticking with Mars here, 2000 points, and running a battalion detachment for this list. So the main change is Belisarius Call. He's out and he's been replaced by a unit of the newer cavalry for fast attack. So for HQ choices, taking 2 Tech Priest Engine Seers here, and then taking a Tech Priest Dominus. No Warlord traits or extra relics being given to him. Then on to troops, Skitarii Rangers here, 3 units of 5. There is a Transonic Arquebus in each of those squads, and each squad leader is taking omnispecs as well, just to strip away light cover. Also taking a unit of Vanguard, squad of 10, no extra upgrades for them. Then the other change of the list is bringing in a second unit of infiltrators, so 2 squads of 10 now. I've doubled the number of those in the list, all taking the Taser Goads and Flechette Blasters for them. Also taking the Rush Stalkers, squad of 10. So I've given them a relic. It's the Temple Copia. Basically, at the end or the start of the fight phase, you can select an unit within 3 inches of the bearer. That unit is not eligible to fight this phase until all other units have done so, just to shut a unit down in close combat. So that's Elite's choices. Sorry, there's also another troops here. It's the Cataphrom Breach has been taken as well. I have given them the Torsion Cannon, so it's the heavier hitting one-shot weapon being granted to those. And then for close combat, I've given them Hydraulic Claws, so the double strength, AP-2, 3 damage options on them. So then for fast attack, taking 3. So 2 independent, 2 separate units of Sidonian Dragoons, just individual models, taking the long Taser Lancers on those. And then taking the Cerberus Sulphur Hounds, squad of 6 of those cavalry, equipped with the pistols and the carbines for them. And then finally for heavy support, it's the triple Onager Dune Crawlers here, with their multi-weapon options available on those. That's the list here for the Adeptus Mechanicus being thrown into the league here. I've been rebasing them, restructuring the list. Good to see them back in action, but they will take on the Grey Knights here in this game. Sort of saying it could be like a Dark Mechanicum. The basing's got a bit more darker and sinister, and so Tom has received orders to send in the Grey Knights against them. Going to make an interesting game. I don't think we've ever played this combination before, so looking forward to this fight. Okay, so it's the return of the Tom. He's taken a break from the hobby for a few months, but he has come back here, so it's great to see Tom return, and he's brought his Grey Knights back, so a lot of people will be very happy to see the Grey Knights back in action, and of course to see Tom back on the channel as well. So we welcome him here with his Grey Knight Cleansing Force to take on the Adeptus Mechanicus in this battle. So we will let Tom run through his list.
Alright, so it's nice to be back for a start, and we're going to start off with the Grey Knights. I have 2,000 points of Rapiers with 3 HQ choices. The first HQ choice is Caldor Drago, and he has Warp Shaping and Gate of Infinity for psychic powers. Then I have Castellan Crow, who is the Warlord, just because he's awesome, and he's got the Empiric Amplification psychic power. Then I have another HQ option of a Librarian, and the Librarian I have paid to give him the relic, the Gem of Anoktu, and I've also paid for an additional Warlord trait as well. He has Vortex of Doom and Purifying Flame on him. Then we're going on to the Elite's choices. Elite's choices, I have an Apothecary with Sanctuary as the main psychic power. And then we have some Purifiers, a squad of 6 Purifiers controlled by Michael Fryer, because they will be hopefully frying people with a Purifying Flame. And then I have 3 troops choices. Normal Strike Squad Now, just for this game, all of the hammers in the strike squad and the inceptor squads are just swords. So just to make sure, clarify that at the beginning. So 5 swords for the strike squads, and then we've got 4 halberds and a hammer in the Terminator squad, and then 4 swords and a hammer in the 3rd troops choice there. So like I said, 2 squads of interceptors, 5 in each, all with halberds, so 5 halberds in each. And then last but not least, we have 3 Nemesis Dreadknights, and then these are all WYSIWYG. So I've got a Gatling silencer with a psi cannon, Gatling silencer with a psi cannon, and then just a psi cannon on the last one. And they'll be controlled by Ben Shaw, Longbow BB, and Lucas Brown. And just to mention, the librarian at the bottom here is going to be controlled by Chef, because he's about to maybe cook and nibble on the...
They don't eat demons.
But they would... A bit of salt and you could eat anything.
But they would chop them up for sure. So yeah. Chef appropriately allocated there onto the librarian. All right. Sorry, carry on if there's anything else.
I think that's everything. Obviously, all the units have got their base psychic powers. These are just the psychic powers that are selected. So, for instance, Castellan Crow's got Purifying Flame built in and everything as well. So that's me. That's my 2,000 points. Hopefully it'll be a good game.
All right, so that's Tom's list here as they prepare to take on the Adeptus Mechanicus. So Phoenix Swords have been called out on this side of the board, the other side of the table. For the Adeptus Mechanicus, I've put Chris Comiskey onto the Rush Stalkers here in this game, Daniel Cunningham onto this squad of Infiltrators, and then JP, the request is for something sneaky, so he's gone onto the second squad of Infiltrators for the Adeptus Mechanicus, and then Amy Almo I've put onto the Breachers here for this battle. We'll go on to Scenario and Deployment next for this League battle. Right, so we have a scenario here. We are playing Tempest of War. We randomise the games. Direct Assault is the mission. Dawn of War is the deployment. And then Secret Intel, which means to get the bonus CP, you have to have your Warlord on the table or inside a transport vehicle. So that's not going to be a problem. Dawn of War for deployment. So Adeptus Mechanicus deploying across here, marked by the red dice. And across the other side, marked by the Imperial Fist dice, will be the deployment zone. For the Grey Knights. For Direct Assault, turn 2 onwards, you get 4 victory points if you control 1 or more objective markers. You get bonus 4 points if you control 2 or more, and if you control more than the opponent, it's worth another 4 points on top of that. Objective markers, there's 5. Home objective here for the Ad Mech. This one in no man's land, placed by the Ad Mech just behind this structure. One over on the left-hand side, next to the barricade, or just tucked behind that. Tom's placed one just here next to the Munitorum armoured containers, and then the home objective for the Grey Knights is just over there. In every battle round, including turn 1, you can get a bonus 2 points or a bonus 3 points if you fulfill both requirements. If you control at least 1 objective marker that you didn't control at the start of your turn, you pick up 2 points for that. And then also the other option is if you destroyed at least 1 enemy unit that was in range of an objective marker at the start of their turn. So if you fulfill either of those, it's worth 2 points. If you do both in the same turn, then it is a bonus of 3 points. So that's the main mission, and obviously we're drawing secondaries each turn as well. So just to clarify terrain, here at the start, I'm going to play this as a crater. Going to play those as Munitorum armed containers, obviously. Also going to play that the same for this, and that one across there. Going to play this as Munitorum armoured containers so infantry can shelter behind exposed position on top. Going to play that as Munitorum armoured containers, but because of its height, we'll play as obscuring. Regular rules for defences and barricades. And then for these taller structures here, just to create some line of sight blocking terrain, obscuring terrain, we're going to play the palm tree clusters here. There's one large cluster in each corner of the board. We'll play that as obscuring terrain. For that, units can pass through and so on. We'll play light cover with that as well. But if you're going to shelter behind, you will get obscuring terrain just to give some options for units to be concealed. So that's the terrain here for this battle. We'll now start alternating and placing units on the board next. So the battle mat here for this game is by GameMat.eu. Battleground version 2 is the name of this one. 6 by 4 inch size, but I've just put another mat over the end here just to make this 60 inches across. GameMat Game.eu do them at 60 inches across for your regular games of 40k. There's a variety of sizes available, also double-sided mats available from them as well. Also using their Rocky base set here, which I've modified with some spray paints. There's a tutorial for that on the channel, but using that and combining it with some other terrain as well to make this grassland outpost board. There is a full terrain tutorial on the channel. It's live. You can check that out. It shows you all the step-by-step stages of how to put this table together. You can check out GameMat.eu for your supplies of pre-painted terrain sets and also battle mats as well. And then the link for them is in the video description below, along with a discount code as well. Alright, so deployment's done. The banner's fluttering in the wind here for the Adeptus Mechanicus. And the motto for this army is, as long as those banners continue to fly, there is hope for this Admech force.
I thought they were banners of surrender.
Yeah, well, there's some white on them, Tom, but it's mostly red. Okay, so deploying these at the back, they've got their trusty little Tech Priest engine seers next to them. Tech Priest Dominus in the middle of those as well. Skitarii Ranger Squad, Sniper Squads here, 1, 2, 3. One of the Dragoons on the left hand side. Breaches here in the middle. They usually go sort of in the central part of the table. Rust Stalkers. Then the Sulphur Hounds on the right hand side, just tucked behind this line of sight blocking terrain. The other Dragoons over on the right hand side as well. The Vanguard Squad of 10 here. Because for the Adeptus Mechanicus, the main focus is a string of objectives across there, which is going to be obvious to try and hold. There's this one across here as well. That'll help us, if we control 3 of those, that'll help us dominate the table if we can. Then Infiltrators. One squad's gone here. The other squad deployed aggressively against this deployment zone of units that were there, but they have since moved with a redeploy here that Tom's able to do. That's a stratagem.
It's I have to pay for it. It's on my Brotherhood Apothecary for Tanning of Locust.
Right, okay.
So it just allows you to move up to 3 core units.
Yeah.
So I moved the Dread Knight, the Strike Squad, and the Purgation Squad just away from them. Away
from the Infiltrators, yeah. It is a gamble. Forgetting turn 1 with the Infiltrators, they act as a bit of a speed bump here. Infiltrating as they should be for those 2 squads. Daniel Cunningham's squad over there, the JP squad on the left-hand side. That's deployment done for the Admech. A broad spread with some infiltration going on with them. So deployment for the Grey Knights, it mostly was a broad spread, but there's been a little bit of just pulling back away from the Infiltrators as a precaution here over on the right-hand side, but 2 Dread Knights on the left. Then Terminator Squads number 1 here, number 2 in the middle. Librarian just tucked behind them. Where's Drago? There he is. Drago's just tucked in there.
Got the Apothecary in here as well.
Alright, yes.
And an Interceptor Squad tucked behind here.
That's the ones that can jump.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then Purifier Squad here.
Strike squad in front.
Here, and then Interceptors here.
Right, okay, Interceptors on the right hand side.
All of my, I forgot to mention, all of my Dread Knights have got teleport packs basically. So they can shunt across the battlefield once
per game.
Yeah, or per game.
Yeah, alright. So that's Tom's deployment there for the Grey Knights. No reserves for anybody. Everything that we have is on the board, although things can move around quite quickly, especially for the Grey Knights. We will go on to the first turn of the game. We'll establish who will take turn 1. So Tom returns to the channel. The aim of the game is to have a good game with a hint of salt. Okay, so
it's funny you said earlier on, it's a good spread, and I was like, oh, a good spread, you need a bit of seasoning on a good spread.
Any cookery type words trigger Tom, it seems to. Okay, right.
And the Sulphur Hounds as well. I saw you brought those just for me, did you?
Oh dear. So we've got the smell of egg here. That's just from the cavalry. So we're going to roll up to who goes first. We're both Imperials, so we're nice and polite. Together. Oh, Dark Imperium. That's a 6 there. Yes, so we are going to go first by the looks of it. Adeptus Mechanicus to take the first turn. There was a 6, by the way. It landed next to the 6, so definitely is a 6 there for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Tom says they're Dark Mechanicum. But we shall fight on regardless here. Admech will take turn 1. We'll go on to the first turn of the game. The Admech will go first. All right, so on turn one of the Adeptus Mechanicus here, just preparing to move. There's a number of things going on. Before we come to the command phase here, we will just mention the league. So I'm going for written format here. So that's the points totals that have been scored for the game so far. As we talked about already for the league, we're playing 2 games with as many factions as possible. We total up the points from the 2 games to give us a final score, and then that gives us taking the top 8 that will go through. Any armies below that will be relegated and knocked out of the league. We then, towards the end of the year, take the top 8 to knockout stage and then play off all the way through to the final, and hopefully have that around sort of Christmas time at the end of the year. These are the games that have been played already in the scores. So today's episode is Adeptus Mechanicus versus Grey Knights. The table so far, at the top is the Orcs. So I think they're going to go through Thousand Suns, then Mike's Necrons. Mike then running the Custodians, doing well. Then the Space Wolves, Blood Angels, Drukhari, Tyranids, Baldering on relegation here. That's the state of the league at this stage. The idea is to play roughly half the games on YouTube, and then if you want to see all the action, the other half of the battles, then they'll be on YouTube channel membership as exclusive content. So if you want to help support the channel and enjoy all the extra bonus content, the unique videos that we have on there, then do become a channel member. Link for that in the video description below. So for the Ad Mech secondaries that have been drawn, I've paid a CP to dump. One of them wasn't particularly good for us, which was Hold the Alliance, keeping Tom away from our deployment zone. I think he'll get stuck in straight away, so we dumped that one. We've got Deploy Teleport Home, which is the replacement, not much help. It's trying to get units within Tom's deployment zone to perform an action. Might be able to do that later on. Attempting target, though. Tom has to identify no man's land objective. We have to try and capture it, so we're virtually on these 2, so he's picked that one across there. We should still be able to grab that with the infiltrators. Well positioned, and then grind them down as well, keeping a tally of units destroyed. If we destroy more, then we pick up the points for that one. Then in the command phase for the Adeptus Mechanicus, we have gone for as Benediction of the Omnissiah, so reroll, hit roll, a wound roll, and a damage roll. That's for all Skitari units, which is all the units on the table apart from the breaches in the middle. And then Doctrine Imperatives, which applies to everybody. We have gone for Protector Imperative, which is improve the ballistic skill by 1, so pretty much going to hit him with 2s across the board, but it will reduce the weapon skill by 1. So that's the command phase. We'll go on to movement here for the Ad Mech. Alright, so movement's done here. Ad Mech tactically pushing forwards, getting into firing positions here. We're going to try and max out with firing as much as we can. So infiltrators have pushed forwards. They've gone their full 8 inches. So 6-ish charge maybe there if they're going to go after they're regulars, aren't they? Those ones at the front.
Regulars up front, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So regular Grey Knights there. We've shifted out the Dragoon on the extreme left-hand side, just got a usual 10. Dune Crawlers pushed forwards onto the objective. We've kept these stationary. The Sniper Squads moved the Tech Priest Dominus up. He'll grant the reroll 1 to them for the core unit choice. Push these 2 forwards into firing positions as well. Breachers starting to trundle forward slowly but surely. Really clustering onto this objective. Cavalry have advanced and swung around. Then Vanguard have just shifted to their left a little bit, but out of range. Just going to keep them out of trouble as much as possible. Ruststalkers have taken the place that the Infiltrators are in. The Infiltrator squad has pushed through the gap here and is headed off in this direction to claim that objective. And then across here, just holding this corner with the Dragoon. So manoeuvring taking place for sure with the Adeptus Mechanicus. We'll now go on to their shooting phase next. Right, the Dune Crawlers here. So we're going to start with them. This one can see and is within range of the Dread Knight over in the extreme left-hand corner. So it's the multi-shot option across here. And there's a fair bit of rerolls going on there. And +1 to the hit rolls. So we're hitting on 2s.
-1. Oh, in fact, they might not be -1, but I am -1
with other units
for Tide of Shadows.
Right, okay.
So
we'll let Tom double check that one. That may well prove quite useful. Okay, yeah, so Tom's checking it. It's going to be -1, so they are going to get it. These 2 have been blessed by their Tech Priest engines here, helpers.
+2 anyway.
So yeah, so it wipes that out. So back to 2s. This one will be on 3s across here. So we're going to go with the Daedalus first of all, the missile launcher. This is heavy 1. So here we go.
I just remember it's my first game back, so take it easy, please.
Welcome back, Tom. It's a 2, which is a hit. Okay, we're going to try and win strength 7 on us. Toughness.
The 3, so I think I'm toughness 6.
3s to wound. That fails.
But you get a free reroll.
Mechanical.
Good, thanks, Luke. I really appreciate that.
Okay. These shots, by the way, are Andrew Swan. We've dedicated all the firepower from this thing to him. So far, we've missed with the main missile. But we'll go for the autocannon shots next. So we're looking for 2s. We'll use the Mars option now. Just failed. I'm going to stick with these dice. These are the Ad Mech dice. With 3s to wound at strength 7. All of them. Okay. And -1 I would imagine. So yeah, it is. Yeah, 2 damage.
So 3s.
Okay, here it comes.
Per 1.
Okay, 2 damage. Armor of Contempt? No.
No, they don't get armor of contempt.
All right. Next is the Gatling rocket launcher. They've all hit. Then 4s to wound with these at strength 6. I've already used a reroll a wound, so we have got 1. Just the 1 comes through. -2 on this one. So
-2, just
yeah,
the 1?
just the 1.
Goes through.
Okay.
So 1 damage?
1 damage.
So 3 damage total.
That's it.
Down to 10.
Okay. Alright, not too scary. Dreadnought's still in good condition. We'll move on to this one. So this one hasn't been blessed. The -1 will kick in. So it's going to be 3s for hits here. We shall dedicate this one to... We'll go with an Orc player this time. Bjork the Zog Puncher.
Going at the same one?
Same target, yeah. So Diabolus first all, the single shot. It's hitting on 3, got a 3. 3s to wound. With the Zog Puncher, it goes through this time. Right, so this one, quite an important roll because it will be D6 damage. It's AP -3. So this thing has an invuln save. I think it's a 4+.
Yeah, 4
yeah. So you can dedicate this to a Patreon if you so wish. I think there's a handful, there's a few. Yes, Nicholas Lucas is a Grey Knight player, and he shall help Tom in time of need.
Thanks.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good one, Nicholas. Right, okay, blocked. Just sorry, I need to scratch that itch. Would have been 3 damage. Okay. Right, autocannons. So looking for 3s. Ooh, got the hits. 3s to wound. This is the Zog Punch here. This is a good round of shooting. I'm going to use my once per unit per turn reroll a wound. Canticle. They all go through. This is an important roll here. 2 damage a time.
So I'll spend a CP to reroll
one
of those. Just if the 3+ is as good as I'm gonna. Yep, typical.
Okay.
Every time. Oh dear.
So what?
Right.
How many made it through?
3. So 6 damage.
Yeah.
So down to 4.
Oh, because you were looking for 4s.
No, I was looking for 3s. Oh, 1 made it through. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not 5 months off.
So Tom's dropped to 8. Okay. All right. 5 shots with the Gatling. I think I've got 1 left for Mars. No, the Canticle. Yep. So we're now looking for 4s to wound. Ooh, -2 on these ones. And yeah, 3 go through. Just grinding away with these things. So 3 more wounds taken, dropping down to 5 left. Alright, so I'm going to start with these sniper squads here, the Skitarii Rangers. So the 4 of those are going to fire at the Terminators in range, and then the sniper weapon, the Transthronic Arquebus, will go against the Dreadnought over in that corner to continue to try to put wounds on it. So, hitting on 2s. No, hitting on 3s because of your -1 stuff. Okay, so we get a hit. Now we'll try and wound on a 3. We do. -2 on this one. Could be dangerous enough if it goes through, but it's been blocked on invuln save. Okay, well done. Then we'll go for galvanic rifles. Hitting on 3s.
You can reroll 1.
Mars. Okay.
Wow.
Man, crazy. 7. -1, which is ignored for Armor of Contempt, so 7 saves of 2+. Should be okay. Okay. It's average though, really expecting to fail 1, so 1 wound taken on one of the Terminators. Right, next squad across here. Snipers are going to go against the same target, and there's 1 on top that can see, the rest can't, now range of other targets. So we'll fire the sniper rifle first of all. So looking for a 3. Okay, looking for a 3 to wound. Oh, okay. So that's going to cause a mortal wound straight away. And then -2, so another 4+ save. You can go Patronic. Too late.
Oops, sorry. -2 passes.
Well done.
And then the mortal. Does it cause the mortal if it doesn't go through?
Yeah. I believe so. Transferring Arquebus. Ignore lookouts. Each time attackers made with this weapon, if unmodified wound roll of a 6 inflicts a mortal wound on the target in addition to any normal damage. Yeah. So.
Ignore them on 5s.
Alright. Oh, just
generally. Because I'm a Grey Knight, yeah. Ignore mortal wounds on 5s.
I'll do. Blocked. Well done. Yeah, Tom's just checked to reckon that's the case, so that result stays. That wound's been kept away. I've got one sniper across here that can see the Dread Knight over there. Everything else is out of range, so single shot. I'll dedicate this to somebody. Dylan Moore, who's a Dark Angels and Deathcore Krieg player. Single sniper shot. Don't worry, everybody. We shall Mars this one. Hits. Trying to wound on a 3. We'll use Canticle to try and sort that out. No, failed. Okay, moving on to something else. So, range 48 in these, fantastic range. We're going to fire him across. He is too far away from the one on the extreme left-hand side. We'll go after that one. So, he has been blessed. He's up to 2s. So, Daedalus, we'll dedicate this one. 2. We'll go Carry Kunkel through all the Silent Kings. It's Necrons here. We're Dark Mechanicus, so we've got all Xenos corruption going on. So we're going to go for 2s with the Daedalus. Yes. 3s to wound. Oof, okay, that goes through. -3. So 4+ invulnerable save is a big one.
Let's have a look.
Tom hears the Patreons shouting, pick me, pick me. Lord Commissar Charles Cranford to block this missile.
Yep.
Which he does. Blast. What would the damage have been on that one? I could have re-rolled it as well. Okay. We'll carry on. We'll now go for the auto cannons. Yep. They've all hit. 3s to wound. These could be dangerous enough. We'll re-roll a wound.
There's so many re-rolls, you forget what you've re-rolled.
You do, yeah. It's just tricky. Alright, so -1, yeah.
1-3.
Well done. 2 damage on that one. It's a grinding process. Nothing too spectacular from the Ad Mech here. So far, 5 shots with the Gatling rocket launcher. All hit. Okay, so we have 3. -2.
1-3.
Okay.
Damage, yeah.
1 damage, yeah. Okay.
Down to 10.
Right, infiltrators. I don't think I'm going to go for the charge of these. They're on the objective to fulfill that secondary. So we're going to unleash a volley using the Wrath of Mars stratagem. It's going to go into that Terminator squad. Tom's checking stratagem to see if there's anything he can do to negate what will come through. So you're ignoring just mortal wounds across the board. So that will help. Right, okay, that is going to... Right, it is going to help, yeah. Yeah, we'll fire anyway.
I mean, it's 50 shots, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So we are on 2s.
Yes, because you're within 12 inches, yeah.
Skitari reroll, or the Mars reroll, and we'll use the Canticle reroll. Oh dear. So then we'll take that away. Okay. So I also have a wound reroll to use up. 5 and 6s to wound, 6 is a mortal wound, there's a drop dice, we'll just throw that one in. Okay, I'll reroll one of the wounds, which doesn't help. And we're looking for 5s. Yeah, that's all those like that. So I believe that's in addition. So
3 mortals and...
Well, it'll be in addition, so 3 mortals plus 7.
Plus 7 so far, okay.
Yeah. It's capped at 6 for me. This is the other half, this is the other 25. So we're just going to take away all the ones. It may be a case of forcing lots of 2-up saves, could be the dangerous part here. So that's all looking good. And then wounds on 5s. Alright, so we're going to get our mortal wounds, no problem. So what you can do, Tom, is ignore the 6 mortal wounds roll up straight away. So we know what that is. So 5 pluses.
Ignored 1.
Okay, so 5 mortal wounds go through.
Yeah.
Then we've got the 7. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15 saves of 2+. There's no AP minus on these. So 15 saves of 2+. It's a strange volley. Just a large cascade of flechette firepower coming through. 2s though to block.
No ones.
All of them. Well done. So there's a wound on 1 already. So that's 2 hull models in total, but 3 Terminators remain. Okay, so we're going to fire the breaches next. +1 to the hit rolls, but then -1 for Tom's ability. So back to 4s to hit. They're not affected by canticles of the Omnis size. All they're going to get is the +1 to hit rolls, and that's it. So what we're going to go for here is 3 shots into the Terminators, and then 3 shots to try and go into that Dreadnought on the far left-hand side. So we'll go after the Dreadnought first of all. So 4s for hits. We'll do the reroll now. The single reroll for Doctrine Imperatives. Yeah, so those 2 come through. Or for Mars, sorry. Yes, I reckon, correct us if we're wrong, I do get the Dogma, which is the reroll single hit roll for Mars, which I've done. So now we're going to try and wound the Dreadnought on 3s. This is important. We'll go Paul Cook as an Imperial player. We can both take the Imperial dice here. So we're going to go for 3s to wound. Big roll. I'm going to use a CP on that one. So I can't use the canticle for them. Yes, those 2 go through. Going to drop a CP. And Tom's got 2 4+ invulnerable saves.
5 wound guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
So I could kill him on 1 shot if it goes through. Chris Heim.
Thanks, Chris.
Blocked.
And who else we got Imperial here?
There's loads of Imperial players. Luke Schwengel, Crimson Fist player. Don't do it. God, 6.
In the name of the Emperor!
No! The first one would have been dead, and the second one would have killed him as well. Tom had to block both of those, and he has, thanks to Patronic loyalists. I think the Patreon sniffed Dark Mechanicum, and they do not like it, Tom. They don't like it, so they're rolling well here. I'm going to go corrupt, Tom. I'm going to take the Xenos dice for these shots here. So we'll go across here. 4s, 2 hits, 2s to wound.
4s to wound. But
because of True Silver.
It still went through.
Right, stratagem was played there.
Good.
2 invuln saves here. So -4.
1 made.
Blocked 1, well done. D3 +3. So it's going to pulverise one of those Marines. Okay. Alright, Flechette Blasters across the other side. We'll go for the squad that's behind the regular Grey Knight squad, so it's the Purifiers just behind, so we'll shoot into them with our pistols. Just normal shooting with these now. So if we're within 12 of negating...
No, -1, yeah.
No, -1. So we're back up to 2s. We'll do the Mars. And then we'll do the Canticle. Okay, so that's all used up. We'll take away the 1s. Alright, this is the first slot, 25. 5s to wound, and just be normal armour saves here. Not bad. Yeah, there's a good few have come through. So that's going to be 9. I'll reroll wound now. Yeah, 9, 10. So 10 so far. And we'll just do these again. Looking for 2s. All the rerolls and so on have been used up now. So we'll just take away the 1s. And 5s and 6s. God, there's a lot. 15. 19 by the looks of it. 19 saves of 3+ on the Purifiers. 3s or more.
2 dead.
Yeah, that's a pretty good roll actually, Tom. Not too bad at all, but 2 of them brought down by the Flechette Blasters. That's 100 shots from them pistols this turn. Okay, I think that's firepower complete. Really, we've just got the 1 combat, I reckon, to go for, which is this one across here. Conscious of the interrupt play if we tried to put 2 units in, plus we're trying to go after that objective over on that flank. So we'll go for the charge here with the Infiltrators, dead ahead into the regular Grey Knight squad. Right, we're going to go for the charge. What is it, Tom? 6, do you reckon? It's not too far.
5.
5-inch charge, okay, here it comes. Hopefully. Yep, 7, right. In they go, we'll send them in. I'm going to spend 2 CP here. I'm going to try and load these up to try and go as strong as we can. It may well just be the one chance they get to do a decent amount of combat. So we're going to go for assassin constructs, get an extra attack for a Sakaran unit on the charge, and then we're also going to go for chain taser protocols. So 5s and 6s will pop 2 additional hits. Okay, come around to the more loyalist end of the board here, just to show you what's going on, but that's the charge. So infiltrators in here, move through, fired a volley against the unit at the back, the purifiers, and then they've made their charge here. That's the charge move done. This is JP squads going in. Charge move, then the pile in, so we've gone 2 ranks deep, and they can all fight here. So they're loaded up with stratagems. We'll see how well they can do. If the silver line can hold against these electro maniacs here as they go in. We'll roll up combats next. Alright, so we're on force to hit here because of the imperative that's in play. So we are looking for force to hit with 31 attacks. 5s are good. There are some. Yeah, not too bad. I'm going to reroll single hit roll for Mars. You can do it in combat as well. Nice. And then we'll take all the 4s. Can't use the Canticle, it's for shooting only. So that's the situation. What we have here is 8 that rolled that, which will be another 16 hits going through. Because 5s and 6s pop 2 extras, so we're going to just add these on. That has really bumped this right up here. Right, so True Silver here, Thomas played that again, a different phase, so it's going to be 4s to wound.
Well, that really saved me 3, did it?
Yes, it's taken the edge off of it a little bit. There's 1 3 there, 1 there, 1 there. Not many.
Yeah, it wasn't worth 2 CP.
2 CP?
Yep.
Sheesh.
I know, it hurts.
Take those ones away. You've got 20 saves here. It's open -1, but Armor of Contempt will ignore that. So it's going to be 20 saves of 3+. Not going to wipe the squad. Might be able to bring a few of the Marines down. Tom will get to swing back. Saves required, though.
1,
2,
3.
3. Ouch.
3.5.
Yeah, alright. 3 models slain out of 5. 2 remain. One of those models with a wound.
Deadly efficiency. So 6s. Non-modified. 6 is an additional hit. So just to try and...
No, Tom might do alright here, yeah.
So we're hitting on...
So you're equipped to the blades. What damage are those blades?
2.
They are damage 2. Yeah, this could hurt.
So
3s?
6s.
Alright.
No! And then we are strength 5.
3s to wound. It's an important roll. There's loads.
So 4 invuns.
4 have come through. Yeah, we do have invuln saves here, so we'll go for 5 pluses. What? Well, welcome back, Tom. 1. So 1 model goes. Take him away. 9 remains. That combat will continue. As to how long those infiltrators will last,
They will be dead by the end of the next cycle.
Oh, that's yes. You took the words right out of my mouth. Tom will get rid of them for sure. All right. So turn, I think, comes to an end. I don't think morale is going to be an issue for anybody. We'll calculate points at this stage. Early stages here. Ad Mech, it's been a grinding process from them. Firepower's not been too spectacular, but just chipping away at wounds from a number of units across the board, and a tasty enough combat with a unit of infiltrators. So turn comes to an end. We'll calculate points at this early stage. So frustrating enough, the Grey Knights here to have to watch the Admech with all their shooting and rerolls and so on, but we have a chance for them to breathe next. Talking about the overall strategy for the Admech, what's interesting, infiltrator squads, they're like a thorn in the flesh. Tom's saying he's got to deal with those to try and clear them out of the way, and it's kind of acting as a preserving agent. Salt, sorry. So these are acting like roadblocks here. Tom has to try and deal with the infiltrators to get through to the rest of the stuff. So sort of a strategy starting to form with the double squad being used, just plunging them in. It's sort of really suicide squads. Tom will deal with them for sure, but it will take time and effort to do so. Points wise, 5 points picked up because we fulfilled this one, attempting target, so picked up that one. We also picked up 2 points for the mission because we had controlled a new objective at the end of the turn. I've dumped, grind them down, and deployed teleport homer, so 7 points to 0 at this stage. It is very early stages of the game, but Admech sort of set up a firebase across here and pushing units into the fight over on this flank. We'll see how the Grey Knights respond. They've got immediate threats to deal with, and then also the main mission as well. We'll go on to turn 1 for the Grey Knights next. Right, Tom's on the move. Blood and Guts, Storm Hostile Objective, and Attempting Target all in play here for the Grey Knights. Alright, so movement is finalised here. Everybody lined up here to take on them. And to clear... no, you're off. You've moved off the objective to get out of combat, but then the idea is to smash into those and clear and reclaim. This squad holding position here. Then characters, Apothecary and Librarian pushing through. Apothecary resurrected one of the Terminators, so brilliant move. So back up to a squad of 3, and they've pushed forward to take on the Infiltrators. Then Dread Knights on the move here, so this one's pushed forwards. Both of those 2 on the flank have pushed forwards as well. Then Interceptor squad at the back, Terminator squad pushing through, and Drago here at the back, at this stage at least. So that's movement done here for the Grey Knights. We'll go on to their Psychic phase next. Right, Psychic phase, here it comes.
Drago, I'm spending an extra CP to allow me to roll an extra D6, and he's going for Get of Infinity.
Oh boy.
Which goes off.
Okay.
Right. Then...
So, Gate of Infinity on...
Yes, pick a unit and basically lift them off and put them down somewhere else.
Straight away?
Yeah.
Okay, an option all of a sudden has been created. Yes, bear in mind, attempting target, we elected this objective across here. That's the one. Tom's decided to keep the cards. That's the one that he's after. Now or in the future, we shall see. But that is one of the targets now for the Grey Knights.
He's basically a kamikaze librarian.
Right. Okay, so Tom has put the librarian there. Tom reckons in his Psychic phase he could really hurt these, and he reckons for the turn could really strike back very hard here against Adeptus Mechanicus. Double Dread Knights to go in here, this is what he's thinking. These to go into there, him to take on those in Psychic phase, and obviously the Infiltrators across the other side to be hit as well. If Tom's able to deal with multiple frontline units of the Admech, then it's a case of pushing onto this stuff across here. If he does do well across here, then he's going to start claiming large sections of the table, but we'll not count our chickens before they hatch. So
Drago's going to try and do warp shaping. Needs a 4. So that goes off. So I'm going to change the tide as well now.
Oh. Right. So changing to Tide of Convergence.
Yes.
6 is causing mortal wounds in close combat. Tom's gearing up for a slaughter here, potentially. And
it's also adding 6 inches to the range and characteristics of psi weapons. So all these guys.
Great. Okay.
Right, so that was warp shaping from Drago, so that's his 2 spells done. I will try and do the Apothecary's Sanctuary next, which is a warp charge value of 6. Goes off. And I will put a...
Tom's using Tom is using the Imperial Fist dice here, and quite comfortably at this point.
I'll put a 4-up invulnerable save on the Dread Knight. Right, and then we will go with Chef. Yes, he does. So we'll just slowly move that over
to them. That's okay. That's all right. Dread Knight already has a 4+ invuln, so he's going to put it onto the Terminators instead.
Right, so then we'll go with Chef, and what we are going to do with him is we will start off with Purifying Flame. It is warp charge of 5. I'm going to use the Gem of Anoktu, which gives me +2 to my psychic test.
Yeah. Tom's going for
Perils. That's a really good start. So I'm going to reroll that.
Here it comes. Calm. That's it. 7.
7,
okay.
8, 9.
Yep.
So it goes off on a 9. So that is flat 3 mortal wounds.
Okay. Yep.
And I don't get the +1 from my ability for that one, because it's only...
I'll go there, just in case Tom decides to go for a charge.
Gem of Anoktu is only against Dominus, so I don't get that.
Okay. Right, 1 casualty so far. Straight 3 mortal wounds coming through.
And then I'm going to try Vortex of Doom. So same target. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, it's almost a perils. It's 2 and a 1. Good command reroll.
So you know I was... No, I can't. I just did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know I was saying that he was going to like...
Wipe them out.
do some damage. He did some serious damage there, didn't he? Right.
Is that it?
Okay.
Smite.
I think I can spend a CP to cast an extra
Power, yep.
So, look, I've got 1 CP left. I'm turning into Mike. So, I'm going to go for...
I think what annoyed Tom was he set his expectations too high and then you got disappointed.
Wait till you see the Super Smite. Super Smite.
It is, isn't it? +2.
Yeah.
He called it, well done.
So it's D6.
Oh, stop!
Oh, yes.
The battery horns.
Right.
Tyler Schwab is a Necron player, but he has a notorious habit of getting 4 pluses, which is... Oh,
Necrons.
okay, right.
Very lonely.
Okay. Yeah, if you're annoyed, you can go Ray Cross.
I'm going to go Longbow.
Yeah, you can do.
Is that this one?
No, it's just one.
Underneath.
Longbow BB for D6 mortal wounds.
Don't fail me now. 5 + 1 because of the ability for 6 mortals.
Yes, ouch. Okay, well that turned out to improve that, and that's very, very good. So yeah, effective enough. Castellan Crow next with his psychic abilities. Alright, Purifying Flame being used for the 2nd time, which is allowed.
Goes back to a 5, luckily because he gets +1. So that's 3 mortal wounds from these guys.
Oh right, okay, yep. So 1 could be removed and a wound on another.
Same thing.
Okay.
So the Purifier's the same with them, they get a +1 to doing it, so now I need a 6. So another 3 wounds, so 6 mortals onto them.
Whoa. Okay, ouch. Right, 3 casualties so far. There's a lot of mortal wounds being kicked out at this point.
They can't psychic, they fell back.
It's a smaller squad.
Try a smite. So I've done smite once already. Doesn't go off.
Okay.
Right. And then I will try. So they've done a purifying.
I guess these guys are to sort of counter the Thousand Suns type psychic phase, isn't it? And it's that kind of where you're seeing a very powerful.
Smite with the Dreadnought.
There's a powerful psychic phase here. Very good.
Goes off. So D3 mortals for 2.
2 more. Take another one off. It's JP squad here being frazzled and fried in the psychic phase.
Okay, and then these guys are gonna do. What's your toughness?
3.
3.
There is a clinical efficiency here in the psychic phase. It's causing heavy damage on the Admech. Hammer hand next with the Terminators.
Goes off.
Okay.
So they'll get to reroll wounds. And I believe that's just each time one likes. Yeah, so that's just in close combat. They get to reroll wounds.
Okay.
Right.
Another smite coming through. This is from the Terminator squad in the corner.
It's a 6, so it's a fail.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't get +1. Dun 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 dun. So just these guys left. So I might as well try a smite with him into there. No, I'm going to go hammer hand with him.
Okay.
Does not go off.
Okay.
And then I will go. I don't want to do it. I think I'll blow myself up, so I don't even want to risk that. Okay, so I think that is the psychic phase done.
Okay. So psychic phase finished. We'll go on to shooting phase next. There's a fair bit of DACA available here from the Grey Knights. So there's 5 power around the corner. It's the Purifier squad. They're going to go into the Infiltrators.
Yeah.
Here's the idea with them.
2, 3, 4.
So 3s. That's okay. 3s to wound.
2, 4, 7. 7 in total.
Any minus going on with these?
No minus.
So we'll take 4 ups. And we'll take 3 wounds. So a model and a wound and another. This is Crow.
No, in fact, we'll go with these guys into there.
Okay, the ones behind the palm trees.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Stormbolter firepower.
I don't want to...
Yeah, Tom. I know what Tom's thinking. He doesn't want to wipe the squad out and then be too far away from the objective.
And Blood and Guts is in close combat as well.
Right.
So...
that volley won't wipe me out, I highly doubt. Or you could fire half of them maybe on.
I'll go with... Alright, well I'll go with the...
He doesn't want to kill them too much or too little. He just wants to kill them just right. It's a Goldilocks firepower here.
Yeah, that's great. 3 wounds.
3 wounds. This could be just enough. Say 2, so another wound taken, which will remove a model from play. So now I have 3 models left in that squad. Should be alright for Tom to wipe out in close combat. He's got more options to shoot at them if he so wishes. Yeah, 10 shots from the squad that's behind cover. Firing across, looking for 3s. Yeah, 3s again.
Oh dear.
6.
2, 4, 6, yeah. Don't fail them all.
4s past them all except 1, so 1 win taken.
Okay.
Right, that squad across there, yeah. 2 of them are going to fire, just the 2, just to try and soften up those infiltrators a little bit more.
Stop shooting so well!
Look at them all hitting. 3s to wound. Okay, should be alright, don't worry. 6.
Yeah, 6. Don't fail them all.
Okay, average. So another model slain, and was there wound on one already?
Yeah.
Yes, so just 1 model left then.
Oh, right.
Ooh, was tight enough. Okay, 1 model left. So now we're shifting across. Terminator's going into the other infiltrator squad. This is Daniel Cunningham's squad here, which is in good condition at this stage, but some firepower now coming through. 3s to wound.
Just a 3.
4 ups. Oof, blocked them all.
Good. And then these guys are going to fire 3.
Yeah, Terminator squad across here. Loads of DACA, tons of DACA.
These are the ones that are re-rolling all hits from Drago.
Yeah, Drago blessed them in the command phase. Tom's been away for about 6 months. Have you been to Grey Knight training school or something?
I've got Titan, yeah. Yeah, there we go. My shooting skills have vanished. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11.
Alright. 4 ups. That's a deadly volley. 1, 2, 3 dead and a wound on another. Ouch. So it's in a damage bracket, but we're going over to this Dreadnought across to the one that's got 5 wounds left. Splitting firepower. 1 weapon on each.
Yeah. The Gatling gun into these guys.
Okay, here it comes. Is this a damage 2 weapon, Tom?
Nope, it's not this one.
Yeah. 3s.
So AP -1.
This is the Chris Comiskey squad of Ruststalkers. Oh, we blocked 3 with 5+ invulnerable saves. So we'll lose a model. We'll go with that one just in case Tom decides to attempt to charge.
And then into your eggy horses.
The Sulphur Hounds. All hitting. Apart from 1. Yeah, because of your ballistic skill. We are toughness 4.
Yes, I am strength 8, so 2s.
Right, yeah, go ahead.
So 4, and they are -2.
I need help here. Tyler Summers for this one. To block these. Damage?
2.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to roll well. Okay, 3 make it through. That's wiped out half the cavalry.
And then this one's just got a side cannon.
Okay.
So he's going to go into the same target.
Casualties are heavy here against the Ad Mech. I'm losing a lot of stuff.
He is hitting on 3s.
It's like the Grey Knight weaponry is geared to take out Ad Mech stuff.
And wounded on 2s. So that's 3.
Okay. And this was against them again.
Left then.
Against those. Okay. This is damage 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, help. We'll go Tyler Schwab, Necron player. He's good at getting 4s, but I need 5s. Nothing, no help from the Necrons. Yeah, we died. Okay. Debut unit syndrome.
Is that the first time?
That's the first time on the board. That's okay. No, they got a good 28 minutes. And they ran. They loved it. They galloped across here, enjoying the countryside. They took the scenic route around and then were Gatling silenced to death. Oh, that smell's gone. Okay. So I wanted to show everyone what the cavalry can do, but not this game. You'll have to keep a lookout for them in another battle. But they've been wiped out. Psychic phase, shooting phase has been good.
What's that say?
4 up, 5 up in one. Yeah.
So some of them will get a 3 up behind here?
Yeah, infantry behind the Munitom containers, correct, yes.
1 takes them to 4 up anyway. I'm trying to decide whether I just focus all of my firepower from this last Dreadnought into them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Tom's got 1 Dreadnought left.
Or whether I
put some shots into them.
3 wounds each.
Yes.
Is the problem, yeah. I might take 1 or 2 away. I'm going to need a second because I'm going to check stratagems to see whether I've got anything that will give me +1 damage.
Firepower's mostly done. Tom's got a few more decisions left to make. Dreadnought, the final one, is going to fight. It's taking a while to figure out what to do. There's all different options to go for, but Tom's going to offload everything into these.
What's the toughness of them?
5.
5. I'm not going to shoot. I'll shoot the Gatling guns then, sorry, because it's pointless, because I'll be on 5s to wound. No. Gatling guns will go into these ones.
Infiltrators.
And then the side cannon will go into them.
Got it.
So Gatling into these. Not really good.
3s. 5. And the -1?
-1.
So 5 ups. Yeah, we're going to lose 2.
2 lows.
Yeah, 6 shots down here.
That was not good. Nope, terrible. Strength 8 though, so 3s. 1. No, not good.
Minus?
-2. So 4 up.
4 up. I'll go Patronic on this one. I'd love to keep these alive. Well, there's a debut here. He's a Tyrannus player. It's Carl Roden. We'll roll up for him. 4+ to help the Ad Mech. Damage 3. Damage 2.
Yeah, 2.
Alright, we'll take that. Okay, that's it. We reckon shooting phase is finished. It's been impressive. I've lost a lot of stuff. Ad Mech are quite soft, and they've taken heavy damage here. Tom's got plenty of Dakar. Lots of shots and damage 2. Multiple shots come through, and it has caused significant damage here against Ad Mech units. And there's still close combats to come. We'll let Tom roll up here and see what charges make it in. Right, Purifiers going in. Easy peasy charge, in they go. They'll reclaim
Crow.
the objective. Send Crow in.
Yeah.
In he goes. Okay. Okay, lots of charges attempted. The Librarian attempted to go across here, but no. Dreadnought attempted to go across here, but no. Terminators have made it in, so really, just the 2 combats going on. Tom should do okay. There's a 5-man infiltrator squad across here. There's 3 Terminators going in. And then across here, Crow and the Purge.
The Purifiers.
Purifiers have made it in against infiltrators, so may well be a mopping up action against both of these infiltrator squads. The infiltrators really designed to disrupt and take on hordes and so on, but they're up against a much tougher target in the form of these Grey Knights and Terminator units and so on. So we've suffered heavily from firepower and in the psychic phase, and now about to be finished off in close combat. So it's been a very good response here from the Grey Knights. Tom still has a depth of resources available, but the disruption factor has taken place. Ad Mech control more of the table at this stage, at least. It's Grey Knights busy trying to break multiple Ad Mech units at this stage. Here we go. There's not much I can do. I can't interrupt yet. Tom's going to go this combat across here, and it won't be worth the interrupt play across the other side. So
I think I have a +1 to hit for Terminator somewhere. Grey Knight using it. Yeah. The Steel Heart.
Last CP being used here.
I want to make sure I finish these guys off. So.
I'm sensing you don't like infiltrators, Tom.
No, I can't stand them.
Okay.
I can't stand Dark Mechanicum full stop.
Oh.
We've been sent here to do a job.
And it's efficient so far, I have to say. This has been...
well, you had to say that, didn't you? You had to say it was efficient so far.
I knew those Imperial Visitors would kick in at some point. Okay.
How do you sleep in that? Right.
Here it comes.
So then we are going for 3s. but we get to re-roll that because of Hammerhand.
I sleep next to these, Tom. Always keep them at my side.
3 minus 3.
3 5 pluses. I'm going to have to go betraying. I need help. And yeah, I'm annoyed. I'll go the Ray Cross dice. Ray to try and save. What damage are these swords?
2 damage each.
Oh, I've got to save here. 5 pluses. Oh, lose 2. Okay, there's 3 left in that squad now. It's Daniel Cunningham's squad here. Phoenix Lord under attack.
Time for the Demon Hammer.
Okay.
So hit on 3s, because it's -1 to hit normally.
Kill.
Of course you do. Come on.
The Saltmaster's back in town, everybody. 2s to wound.
No 6s or anything.
5 pluses.
He's pulverised anyway.
Okay, he's squished 1. There's 2 left.
Right. Well,
That's it. So I've got 2 left.
then, isn't it?
2 will strike back. We are no danger to you, Tom. Don't worry. So if you had copper armor, you'd be in trouble. So we tried to electrocute you, but there's no. They're stainless steel, so non-conductive. I think, if I got my chemistry right. Okay, so is that it? Interrupt play.
What an epic disappointment.
No, interrupt play. So I'm not going to interrupt play. So you
right.
therefore can strike.
Well, Castellan-Crow
Of course.
will go into you then. He's got to do his job. So he will get 6 attacks, +1 for charge. He's got some spicy rules. Right.
I would say I've got to keep these Grey Knights away from my units, otherwise we're in trouble. There's quadruple 1, but move on rapidly. Something's causing a short circuit here.
Yeah. Well, I wounded you once with Crow. Hooray!
I'm going to patch on that just to...
in fact, no, he's got his Warlord trait, so I wounded you twice because I get +1 to wound.
Right. We'll take Unstoppable here for armour saves.
-3.
Of 5 pluses. Now this would be an insult if we block both almost. You know, for heroics I'd re-roll that, but there is no point because there's a squad of purifiers going in against him as well. Take him off, he's gone. So that's the JP squad removed. They were sneaky, they made the initial strike, but they've been struck back extremely hard. I guess part of the plan to delay the Grey Knights, tie them up, it's working. But that resistance has crumbled here. Infiltrators almost wiped out. We'll fight back with the 2 that remain across here. So we're just going to do, I'm not going to buff them in any way here. We'll go for 3 on the squad leader, 2 on the other. We're now fighting at 4s. 6s will be great. Okay, I will do Skitari. Mars, sorry. Okay. I'll add in 2 extra hits for the 6. And we'll go for 3s to wound. Yep. So -1, which Tom will ignore. 4 saves of 2+. All good. 0 damage. Okay, so combat's resolved. Turn comes to an end. We'll let Tom calculate points that have been picked up. I've got some morale rolls to roll up here. So morale first of all. Busted morale across here. Lost one model but kept the squad leader, the alpha, in combat. I auto-passed across here. I think I need these, so auto-pass morale for those. And that's about it. Tom's got Blood and Guts still in play. He's dumped Storm hostile objective and has achieved the... What was the one you did achieve? 5 points.
I'd achieved the Storm hostile objective.
Oh, sorry, apologies.
Because I'm troops.
Yep, got it right. Okay.
And I ditched the tempting target.
That's the one, okay. So that's been picked up. 5 points picked up for that one. 3 points picked up for the mission, which was destroying an enemy unit on an objective and claiming a new objective, which has been done. So 8 points to 7. The scoreline is very tight at this stage, but it's very, very early on here. This is turn 1. So we're going to move on to the second turn of the game for the Adeptus Mechanicus. As I've said, I think we need to keep the Grey Knights away from us as much as we can. That's going to prove difficult because they can hop, skip and jump around the board. I've still got some sort of middle ground type units here, but as far as the flow of casualties is concerned, the Admech are losing on that front for sure. We've got long range firepower, but as to how long we can keep the Grey Knights at bay, we shall have to see. There is one advantage for the Admech. We are positioned on 3 primary objectives at this point quite comfortably, so there will be a nice flow of victory points coming through on their second turn. But can we hold them back? Can we hold back the steel tide? We shall have to see. Machine battling machine here. We'll go on to turn 2 for the Adeptus Mechanicus next. Alright, so Admech turn 2. The pace of the game's picked up here because half of the Admech stuff has died. No prisoners being taken. Bring it down. And then we dumped a card. Didn't really help us. Spent a CP, investigate site. We then took no retreat, no surrender, which we've broken that already by moving units off of objectives. But bring it down. Tom's elected. There's 3 models with the highest wounds characteristic. Tom's put it onto the Dreadnought with all the wounds remaining.
Sorry, Jason.
And then, yeah, it's a longbow BB, Phoenix Sword, and then strike force size count 30 tally points here to pick up no prisoners. So those are the secondaries that are active. Already mentioned about the 12 points been picked up for primaries for the control of 3. If we can maintain that, that would be exceptionally useful. Movement then. So advancing, swung around here with the Dragoon. Also on this objective, but shifting to our left, let loose a volley against the character. He'd be the closest eligible target, so we can pick on him. Ruststalkers have pushed through, again, filtering through this gap to take on the Terminators. The idea with these, if we can wipe out those Terminators, is to disrupt that objective for at least a turn. Back here, we've backed off with Amy Almo's squad here and restored a wound with the Tech Priest Dominus. Blessed. Didn't go for anything on Doctrine Imperative, so back to normal here. Normal weapon skill, normal ballistic skill. Held with these 2 squads. Shifted back a little bit to make some room for him. Held position with those. Onaga Dreamcrawler has been blessed and then shifted over onto the objective, and then trying to block any kind of deep striking, trying to here with the Dragoon over on this side. So really it's going to be a case of firepower, hold objectives at this point for the Admech, and the last of our counterpunch units going in for attacks. We'll go on to shooting phase next. Yeah, just on shooting phase, it's Shroud Psalm I've called here, so we're going to gain the benefits of light cover just to offer some protection against some of Tom's Dakar. Shooting phase next. We'll do the Flechette pistol in close combat. Need 3s. Need 5s. Nothing. So that's him done. So we're going to fire these 3 over there. I think I need 5. Are you -1 to hit?
Not anymore.
Oh, because you shifted your... Right, gotcha. Okay, so we're on 4s then. Moving on. And we can Mars reroll. We get a hit. We can then try and roll to wound, which we do. So 4+ Invon save is required, which is passed on a 4. Imperial Fist dice really helping protect the Grey Knights here. That would have been D3 plus 3 damage.
It was Dawn that sent them.
Okay. I'm going to fire across here. We played off of Mars. 3s to hit. Over 12.
I don't have that anymore.
Sorry. Just double checking. I keep forgetting. Okay, so we're looking for... I'll reroll single hit roll for Mars. Okay. So looking for 3s. So Radium Carbine 6s to hit, auto wound. It's kind of a strange one, but that's what they get. There's a load of 6s. There's a lot, actually. Okay, I think that's the situation. And then we're hunting for mortal wounds here. We're wounded on 5s. There's a couple. So Tom can do a couple of mortal wound ignores here on 5+. 2.
One ignored.
Blocked 1. Okay, so 1 wound taken. Nothing an apothecary can't handle. And then we're looking for wounds on 5s. 2. I'm going to take those 2 back, Tom, because it's in addition. And plus those auto wounds. 12. 12 saves of 2+.
Oh, is it only AP1?
Oh, yeah. No, AP nothing.
I take 1.
Well done. No, Librarian survived quite comfortably. That's Chef being shot at, but he's okay. I have to think of a name. What is the Librarian's name? Chef. Chefius?
Salty Mutt Salt.
Okay, right, okay. Tom's the wrong person to ask. You could. He's unnamed then, Tom. You don't actually have a name for him at all.
He doesn't have a name now.
All right, so you can. That's the model there. He's good at chopping stuff, and he has a potent psychic phase on a good day. So you
mean, it's something like Librarian Palpatine or something for when he starts unlimited powering everyone around him.
Okay.
Quite cool.
Palpatine sounds good. Okay, well, don't name him then. So you can leave.
No, I'm not calling him.
So you can leave. You can leave suggestions in the comment section below. Tom will see that. All names will be considered. So firepower for them not that effective at all. It's done those across there. Done those. So we've got the Dune crawlers with their firepower. Got some sniper shots available as well. Yeah, we're not finished yet. We've got snipers here. And we can see part of the model, blade, weapon, and so on. So we'll take some shots at him. I think we have to try and take that character out. Even the regulars can fire because it's closest eligible. Right, okay, here we go. So we'll do it. So we'll start with this squad on top. So, Patrike Help, Darren Gardner. For the sniper shot into Librarian, the galvanic rifles will fire at him as well. Hits. 3s for a wound with Darren Gardner. Oof, it does. -2. An important roll. D3 damage.
Nope.
Blocked again. Oof, okay. Galvanic rifle shots now. The heavy 2. 3s. We'll re-roll 1s. For the Tech Priest Dominus. So they've all hit. 4s to wound. There's a bit of AP -1, but that'll be ignored. Plus you've got light cover anyway. 6 saves of 2+. Now, I passed all of those as well. Okay, we'll move on to the next squad. The one's just to the right of them.
That Armour of Contempt mixed with Terminator Armour is pretty tasty.
Yeah, it's huge. With the saves that we've seen coming through, it's made a massive difference. Peter Almo here. Does he fancy his chances as a sniper? Oh, a plum hit. Wounding. Yes, we do. Another invuln save required here. -2. Blocked on a 6. Oh, God. Okay.
Unlimited power!
She's unstoppable here. We'll re-roll 1s. And then we'll do Mars on that one. Okay, doesn't help. 4s to wound. 1. 2 up. Blocked. So across here, it's just the Transonic Arquebus that can see the rest of the galvanic shots are in range, actually, of the Purifier squad, so we'll go after them. Nothing too scary. 8 shots. We'll do the sniper first, actually. Do that one, just in case we need the reroll. Maxfield Knuckles. For this one. Sniper shot.
That's 3 6s to hits with Patreons in a row. That's pretty impressive. Can they win?
Yes. Ha! Mortal wound to ignore first of all. 5+.
Ignore.
Stop doing that. And then now a save. -2, -1, 3 up. Yes.
What does it feel like, Luke?
I don't know.
What does it feel like? This is what it feels like to play against you.
Okay.
Oh,
Man, oh man.
to be back.
I'm just going to carry on. You just have to keep moving on. This is 8 shots needing 3s. Oh, Mars reroll. That one hasn't helped. No other ones to roll. And then 4s to wound, 2 wounds to come through. -1 but ignored, so 3 ups.
Yep, good.
Block both. Well done again. Solid stuff. Yeah, I've got a Volkite Blaster. I'm going to try and strike that librarian. We'll go Nathan Paxton for this one.
Sure you don't want to change target yet?
Nope. Last chance. Last chance.
But do you get to reroll ones?
No,
for
no,
himself?
no, I don't think so.
That's a shame.
It's just, it's core. Yeah, it's Forge World core.
The light of the Emperor is truly blessing Chef.
It's blessing it's your whole army. This is Dark Mechanicum not favoured here by the. That's the Mars reroll. How can you roll that many ones? Oh, Nathan Paxton, he's not declared here. I'd love to know what faction he is. Yeah. Cool. Oh, sorry, I should have guessed. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. So, oh man.
Wow.
Because that could have been damage 2 and 6s caused 2 mortal wounds in addition.
Ooh.
So he could have done a bit of damage, but not this time around. Maybe it's my army's gone on strike. I've told them they're Dark Mechanicum and they're not.
Do you know what? Maybe I think what it actually is the I've already killed the Dark Mechanicum guy that had put the virus in you all, and now you're all actually back to normal and you don't want to hurt the Grey Knights. That's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being
But
forced
we're just going to slaughter you anyway because you're corrupt.
teach us a lesson. Yeah. Purification is the only remedy.
And we're not allowed to leave any evidence that we were ever here.
So it has to be a complete
So we have
wipeout.
to destroy you.
Okay, we've got a theme. We'll press on. I've got 3 of these left to fire. Right, so we're going to do this Dune Crawler here. It's actually going to fire across against the Dreadnought with 5 wounds left.
Go on, Ben.
Who is it? Is it a Phoenix Sword, is it?
Yeah, Ben, sure.
Okay, right.
Activate your shield generator and hope for the best.
I will dedicate this to Patronic. Marcus, no, I'm going to stop using Imperial players. I need... Yes, we'll go for the strange dice of Chris Comiskey.
Chris won't. I mean, he won't betray me.
And Chris Comiskey's also Phoenix Sword across here is actually this unit.
Oh, he's already betrayed me.
Yes, he's definitely on my side. Right. Okay, so Daedalus rocket launcher first of all, single shot. 6 plum hit. Now we'll try and wound on a 3. This is a big roll. Right, I'm getting particularly annoyed, so I'm going to command reroll it.
2 again.
It's cocked, it's fair enough, it's cocked dice, it's a 6 that's rolled up against the foot of the chicken. Ha! Wounded, right. Invulnerable save.
Yep.
What would the damage have been?
What?
Moving on. Auto cannon shots.
Okay.
Yeah, what nerve?
What has happened?
Don't know. Xenos dice corrupting everything
So
here.
maybe I'll just come back once every 6 months.
3s to wound. Maybe. 3s to wound. So minus...
Oh, that's very...
Cock dice, yeah, -1. Made it through?
Yeah.
2 wounds caused.
Very nice.
And then Gatling rocket launcher next. Okay. He's been blessed. He's cool. Nice.
Oh dear.
Strength 6. Those are all -2.
Oh dear. I've got 1 damage each?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 1 wound left.
Right, okay. I think he's escaped. We can't see him with anything else. We can see him with him, but he's actually out of range. So he's fired. I've got 2 left. God, man, I could go after that librarian. Yeah, I'm going to go after the librarian. I'm going to put the shots from him into him. He's not been blessed. This guy's on 3s to hit. Daedalus rocket launcher first of all. I'm going to Patronic bless this. Samuel Penaneri undeclared. Daedalus. Hits.
The
amount of 6s.
They are doing so well.
When it comes through, this is D6 damage. This is a big one. The 4 again. Imperial Fist dice. We found a home for them, Tom. And then now all the damage have been, by the way. Auto cannon next. As I will now do the Mars. Okay. 3s to wound. 2. -1. It's still 2. It's going to be 2s. Important enough roll. Double 1. No, he's going to die. Command reroll? No. Oh, no CP left.
Nothing.
Oh, he's gone. And just like that, he's gone. Chef's gone. Okay. Right. Double 1. Finally, a bad result on dice. They come through for the Imperial Fist dice, but finally removed from play. I took a ton of stuff. No, it was a single one-man hero in the centre of the table. So good play from him, and great heroics seen from Chef the Phoenix Lord. We've got one vehicle left, this one across here. Yeah, so we're going to fire this remaining one against the Dread Knight with 10 wounds remaining, the one that's closer. So Daedalus will bless this one as well. We'll turn to the Thousand Suns for this one. The artist formerly known as Vij. 5. The Daedalus. No wound coming through. Oh, that would have been useful. We'll go... This is the firepower. We'll go Mars on that one. Nope. This is the autocannons. 1 wound comes through. -1.
Nope. 3.
2 wounds taken. Drops to 8. And then we'll go Gatling. 2's hit actually, yeah. Because this one has been blessed. And a wound comes through. -2. Passed on a 6. Okay, I think that is firepower complete. We'll go on to charges next. Just one obvious charge. The Ruststalkers to go in against the Terminators to try and save the last of the Infiltrators and to snatch that objective back. Alright, so the charge has gone ahead, no problem. Rolled a 7. So it looks really good. It's the Ruststalkers going in fighting away against the Terminators. So I reckon base of 3 attacks each, an extra one for the squad leader. We're down a man, so it's 9 models fighting. Then I paid a CP to add in an extra attack each. And we've got Cord Claw attacks coming through. So there's a heap of attacks coming through here. Hopefully it's enough to bring the Terminators down is the plan. So the fight, vicious fight there. We will roll up Cord Claw attacks first of all. So we'll do those first. For Cord Claws, you get an extra attack with that weapon. So we'll do that now. Hitting on 3s. Okay. And then we'll be wounding on 4s. Okay. Well, those 6s would have been useful for the other weapon, but 5 saves to make it -1, which is ignored for armor of contempt. So 2 ups. All passed. So now come the regular attacks. These are coming through with transonic razors. So again, these are going to be strength 4. Bit of extra AP minus at -2. 6s will cause mortal wounds in addition. So it's just the red dice is the extra dice for the being used for the stratagem. So I'm looking for 3s. I really am on the search for 6s though when we go to make our attempts to wound. That'll be the deciding factor in this close combat. So I think that's the situation. I will then go for Mars because it's shooting or fighting. Yep. Okay. So now I'm going to try and wound. Don't see many 6s. Dreadful Ruststalkers. 1 mortal wound to deal with, which Tom can actually try and stop on a 5+. Which doesn't, so a wound taken, and then he's got AP -2, which will be AP -1 saves here, so it'll be 3 up saves, and we'll give him a grand total on these. There's a good few, but I think we're going to see the Terminator survive, so it means we will not capture that objective. 12 saves of 3+.
I don't know.
Should be comfortable enough.
So 1 Terminator dead, 2 dead.
Alright, 1 remains. Be the guy with a hammer, I would imagine.
Last.
Well, because I chose to shut you down. Exactly right. Yeah, I've used. Yeah, the relic there shuts the model down.
He could still kill it.
So he could. Yeah, he could, but unlikely. Okay, so we'll do that fight then. So that's going to be 3 attacks. Cock dice. We'll re-roll a hit roll for Mars. It's just the 1 comes through. And it is a wound. And a normal save of 2+. No problem. Okay, so now the Terminator with the hammer can fight back.
I'm just going to smack into him for my blood and guts.
Got it.
So it's 4.
Right, consolidation move made across there just with the Ruststalkers, but here comes the Terminator.
2s. 3.
Okay, 5+ invulnerable saves. None. Oh, it was all on 1, wasn't it? Okay, so he's gone. And that's Chris Comiskey. No, it's not, sorry. Someone's gone. Daniel Cunningham, that's the one. He's removed from play, so Phoenix Lord and is brought down. Okay. Dangerous combat for sure. Almost got those Terminators. But your objective secured.
Yep.
Yeah, so Tom retains the objective just with one man left standing, but it's enough to get those points. We tried to deny you for Tom, though we'll get those points coming through next turn. Okay, that actually marks the end of the turn. Combat's resolved. No morale issues here at all. So points coming through. 12 points picked up for primaries. That's helped the Admech for sure. No further points picked up for secondaries, though. Nothing coming for them. As I've dumped this one. No retreat, no surrender. Bring it down, still in play. No prisoners still in play, and we'll leave it at that point. Score at this stage is 19 points to 8. But Tom has a turn to catch up here with the Grey Knights. The question is now how they take the fight to the Admech. If they can get in amongst this slot, it'll be game over for the Adeptus Mechanicus. And there is the need to clear and secure objectives just to tip the game in Tom's favour. I think he has the resources to do it, but we shall see. Turn 2 for the Grey Knights next. All right, so turn 2 here for the Grey Knights. Assassinations in play, Blood and Guts, which Tom's doing well, and then Area Denial. Is that in play, or are you keeping that one?
Yeah, Area Denial's in play.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he's within 12 of the middle, so that's him.
Okay. Okay, so Terminator shifting around, Drago shifted round, Interceptor squad.
Yes.
Moving across.
12 inches.
Oh, they got a normal jump.
Yep.
2 Dread Knights shifting to their left, so looking particularly strong here for the Grey
lowest
Knights.
bracket, highest bracket still. So.
Okay, and across here, we're talking, using the line of sight blocking terrain here because we may well start to edge towards a little bit of a stalemate here, in no man's land where the Grey Knights won't want to walk out in front of the Admech firepower. It may be a case of just trying to keep points flowing in, but not sacrifice units going for headlong charges. We may well see a standoff between these two armies. We'll see what happens. Movement's done. It's the Longbow BB Dread Knight pushing forwards in the middle. So we'll go on to Psychic Phase next. So on Psychic Phase here, we've actually pushed through a chunk of it. So we had a Peril somewhere, didn't we?
Yeah, so started off with these guys. Tried to do a Smite and Perils, double one. Then took 1 wound and couldn't shrug it. Failed a Sanctuary. Got off a Hammer Hand with the Terminators here.
Yep.
So they're rerolling all wounds and rerolling all hits because of Drago blessed them in the command phase. Then Drago Gate of Infinity himself over to here to give these guys, in fact I'll go back just a slightly to give both of these guys reroll 1s on their shooting. These guys moved up 12 and then I used Ethereal Castigation, I think it's called, to shoot in the psychic phase and then move again. I treated the shooting phase, or the psychic phase, as a shooting phase and decided not to shoot, but then moved again 12 inches.
Yep.
They cannot charge or shoot now this phase, even in the shooting phase. Then we're going to go with a Smite from him onto here.
Dancing Chicken goes off.
Goes off.
D3.
For 2.
2, okay. I will take the...
And then last but not least, we'll go with a Smite from him onto that, which goes off.
Yeah, D3.
1.
1 mortal wound cause. I can just go on to model. Okay.
And that is the end of the psychic phase.
So talking about the game, it's saying about a stalemate across here, potentially with the gun line stretched across there. Tom trying to make his way across the board. But Tom is, we can see him making moves here in the psychic phase already. The squad's shifted, Drago's shifted. The stepping stone to here, or stepping stone to victory, is that objective. That's the important one. Tom controls 2, I control 2. I have this one at the moment, but it's vulnerable. You can see Grey Knight units closing in. Tom can use a cover to try and block the gun line as well. If this falls, then the idea is that the shift of points, or the flow of points, will start to go towards Tom. And if you can get to here, then defeat could be turned into a rout. We shall have to see. He's already given us the pep talk here that it's eradication orders have been given.
It's fluff. The Grey Knights are not allowed to leave anyone left alive.
Oh, that is the fluff?
Yeah, because they're not.
Oh, I see.
They exist.
Oh, right.
So that's the fluff.
Okay, read you loud and clear. Proceed.
Right. So we will start off with some shooting from this Dread Knight.
Yes.
And we'll go side cannon into the chicken.
Okay.
So it's still on 4 BS, so hitting on 3s.
Yeah, 4s. I think they have something to protect them.
I only rolled a 2 anyway. 1, 2.
Yeah, it's incense cloud.
All 4s. And toughness
6.
6, so 3s. That's all of them.
Okay.
So that's 5 at -2.
5 pluses.
2 damage each.
Died. Doesn't detonate, but target destroyed. Tom would be glad to see that one. Eradicated and removed from play. That's one unit that could hold on to an objective, but it's now gone.
Then we are going to go with this Dread Knight. We're going to do are these 1 wound each?
Yeah.
Going to do with the heavy Gatling silencer into them, and then the heavy side cannon into your dudes at front, because he's got 1 wound taken, right?
Yes.
So he's got 2. Is it 2 left?
Yep.
Each, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So 2.
Right, next bit of shoot. So it's declared across here with these. Yep. So going into the Vanguard.
Toughness 3.
Yeah.
So 6.
Minus?
-1.
-1 +1 for cover or shroud sign, whichever way round. So we'll take 4 pluses. Save 2, but 4 dead. 4 brought down. It's a good dackering. So we'll go there. We'll head back towards the objective. Like so. Okay. Now the other shots are going into the breaches.
Yeah. -3. -2.
2 up, 3 up, 4 up, then back to 3 up, yeah, for Shroud Psalm.
I just want 1 to come through.
Right, okay, Patreon time. I've run out of, these are all Imperial players here. Right, Drew Gums. It's Drew Gums, he's a Cadian player. I'm sorry, I'm not Dark Mechanicum. I'm sorry. Yeah, worked. Okay, blocked. Interesting.
Right.
That would have been 2 damage, would have lost another one of those. We've kept those breaches alive. They are tough enough. 3 of them do remain. Right, so all the Dakar back from here, it's on its lowest profile. It's the one at the back with 1 wound left, but it's going to offload everything it has into the Vanguard here. So you can either reach them in combat or just clear them off the objectives, because it would deny me from picking up points. 5s and 6s for hits.
Okay. Rerolling 1s.
Righty-ho. 3s to wound. 6.
-1 again.
6, -1 +1, so back to 4s. Squad's taking hammering. Ooh, just the 1 casualty. Okay.
And then the side cannon. Well, he wants to kill them anyway.
Yeah.
2s. 3 and -2.
5s. So 1, 2 more gone. Yeah, that squad's been wrecked for sure, but it's still there, still holding on to the objective. 7 casualties taken. The wipeout's ideal because they'll hold the objective. This is Drago's wipeout.
2.
3 ups. 2 left.
Right, how much CP have you got?
I have 2 command points
So you have
left.
to spend all of them to keep them alive.
All right, for auto pass morale. Okay. Right, shooting's done. Once again, the amount of DAC has been pretty effective here from the Grey Knights. They've got some great resources for sure. We'll go on to charges next. There's some obvious ones. Well, it's just that down there, isn't it, really? Yeah. Okay, we'll let that go ahead.
Done.
So I'll just lean across here so you can see what's going on. There it is. The vicious fight continues over an objective. Okay, we're going to combat resolution.
I might go in with the apothecary.
Yeah, if you want to.
Because you can only pick 1 unit to fight last.
I believe so, yes.
So I'll go in with the apothecary. Here we go.
Okay.
And I will not. Yes, I will. I'll go in. I'll try and go in with
the Dread Knight.
6.
6 will do, because he can shunt next to the barricade, doesn't have to cross it, so he's in. That creates a real problem for the Rustalkers. So I'm going to shut down those Terminators, they're out of it, but we've got the Apothecary going in and the Dread Knight fighting as well, so that may well be enough just to take those Rustalkers out. It's the Chris Comiskey squad. It's been surrounded by, I don't know, 500 points worth of Grey Knights here.
Right, so I get 5 attacks base plus 1 for charge, and then I'm doing sweeping blows, so I double that.
You can imagine them, Tom, they said, oh, oh, we found a gap, through the gap. And then they get through the gap and then they go, it's a trap. Sorry, carry on. And then the salty commander says, execute order 66 on them, wipe them out, kill them, all of them.
Well, Palpatine's dead.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so you can't give the order.
We're getting into Star Wars here. I don't know why there's Star Wars corruption coming into the game here, but carry on.
Threes. That was awful.
There's something funny about these things. Hold that roll there a second. Yeah, no, it's ranged attack for Wasteland Stalkers. And optimise the gate. Yes, that helps them. That's nothing. That's okay. Carry on. There's no kind of protective stuff. Two's to win now. Tom's done his hits.
So
no.
That is 2 mortal wounds in addition.
Yep.
And then 5-3.
Okay.
At -2.
5+ invulnerable saves here. Using a lot of patrons here to try and protect us here. God, Scott Costello sounds a lot like Castle and Crow. We'll leave that one. I'll go Marcus Anthony here. That was 5, you said?
Yeah, 1 dead from mortal.
Yes. Block 2.
So 2 more dead. Because 1 wound. And then 2 wounds.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 2 wounds each. Tom's killed another one.
Alright, sorry.
Just 4 slain. So that's him finished.
Yes.
Drake Knight.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'll go with my Terminators. Or will I pile in? Yeah, I'll pile in with the Apothecary.
Yes, and you can do the apothecary. You can do the apothecary because you can do the apothecary because he charged this turn. The Terminators are going to have to wait because they're already in an ongoing combat. But it may be the case that the apothecary can do enough. He's got 5 of them to get through. I might be able to swing here a little bit with this unit. We shall see. All right, 6 attacks on the charge with the apothecary.
3s.
That's one thing that has helped me doing this channel, is saying the word apothecary.
3.
I used to say apothecary, but then I received multiple complaints from Ofcom. Sorry, carry on. So what have you done?
3 at -2.
3 at -2.
Okay. Might be -3 actually, but that doesn't make any difference to you.
Yeah, 5+ invulnerable saves. Jeez, man, I have to go Patronic again. Travis and Jen here for help. 5+. Trying to stay alive. There's a cock dice there. I haven't blocked any yet. Did block with that one. Okay, so 2 go through. It is 2 damage each, right? Alright, so we're going to lose 2 more. We've got 3 left. Yeah, so we'll fight back here. We'll put all of our attacks into the apothecary. So he's there. I want to kill him, so I don't have to keep saying his name. And then we'll do those 3. They can all fight him. So Cord Claw first of all. Now, I'm not going to re-roll any of those for Mars. And then we'll try and wound, which we do not. So now we'll go for Transonic Razor attacks. I'll reroll that one for Mars. Okay. Looking healthy enough. 4s to wound. Although the 6s would be epic. Just not getting them. 1/6 comes through. It caused a lot of wounds though. So 1 mortal wound to deal with.
Yep.
Okay, taken. Now we've got 7 saves at -2, which really is -1.
2.
Okay.
And then Philippine. Nothing.
Okay, so 3 wounds taken, but again, yeah. So yeah, 3 wounds taken. No, he's okay. Just looking at the number of wounds on him, he should be all right. He can heal himself, can't he? Mm-hmm. He'd be fine.
Got 5 wounds.
Okay. Now it's the Vengeful Terminators, the unit that was shut down. They're going to wipe me out here, so we'll see the end of the Chris Comiskey squad. They're going to die in grisly fashion here, smashed up to pieces.
So we'll go halberds first.
Deadly ambush, halberds.
Luckily, Drago looked at them funny. Yep.
He's helped with the efficiency.
And then I'm strength 6.
Yeah, sorry. Drago's there, so he's granting the reroll ones. No, reroll hits.
No, he gave them reroll hits in the command base.
And now your wounds.
Now I'm rerolling wounds.
Because of Hammerhand.
Because of Hammerhand.
Alright. Grey Knights are deadly.
That's all of them.
Oh, because I'm toughness
Because
3.
I think I am.
I'm just going to do this with all these. I'm dead. I'm just long gone. That squad's been utterly slaughtered. Probably 3 times over or more. Objective cleared. It was arrogant of the Adeptus Mechanicus to claim that objective in the first place. It was close to the Grey Knight deployment zone, but they have now certainly claimed that, and the Admech will certainly not get that back. So that's one objective claimed. Tom's now strongly on 2. Admech barely cling on to the third objective, and for now they comfortably hold 2. So tactically wise, Tom's heading in the right direction, but still the Admech hold on to the majority of objectives at this point in the game. So 2 CP to auto-pass around to make sure I cling on to that objective. We do have this no man's land now stretched across here, not much in it at all. So there is that gap now between the two forces. I was going to say both armies have been halved in size, but that is not the case. Grey Knights haven't lost too much at all at this stage. There are heavily damaged. Well, there's one seriously damaged Dreadnought, but the other two are in healthy enough condition. Admech have lost their frontline fighting force. Their infiltrating force has gone, cavalry gone, and it's the good old gun line here at the back that still remains. Can the Grey Knights disrupt that, and can they pick up more points? The Admech we shall have to see. Tom's calculated his points coming in, which will add to the total now. So, Tom's now in the lead. 8 points for primaries, a bonus 2 points for destroying a unit that wasn't on objective. That's 10. 2 more secondaries were achieved as well, so a total for all of the points coming at 28 points. 28 points, 19. Again, as we go on to turn 3, for the Admech, they're going to pick up another 12 for primaries. We've got to do something about secondaries. Need points flowing in for that to try and counter the points flowing in for the Grey Knights. The game hangs in the balance here. I think Tom has the advantage, but Admech, at this stage at least, holding on to the majority of objectives. We'll go on to turn 3 for them next. Okay, movement's done here for the Admech. 11 points picked up so far for no prisoners. That remains. Bring it down remains, which is the Dreadnought in the middle. The new one is Battlefield Supremacy, which is to hold 3 or more of the primary objectives. Got 12 points coming in. Should be able to pick up that secondary. It's the last stand from these with a chance to bring in a nice amount of points for them. And really, it's going to be the shooting phase here to try and take out as many Grey Knight targets as possible. That will help to break down potentially the attack coming through against our gun line. So we are seeing a bit of a stalemate, as we've said. We'll press on here. We're going for shooting phase. Next, for the Adeptus Mechanicus movement, not much, just slight adjustments being made. This unit here is shifted into the ruins, and we took a wound off these with the Tech Priest Dominus, and that's it. We're going to shooting phase next. So just to mention, Canticles is Incantation of the Iron Soul to give us a 5+, feel no pain against mortal wounds coming through. No change on Doctrinal Imperatives, or no imperatives being used at all, back to just normal abilities. So I'm going to fire here with the Tech Priest Dominus, and we'll go into the Dreadnought here. So it's the Volkite Blaster. Hitting on 3s because we moved all of them. Strength 6.
Toughness 6.
Force to wound. 6s will be amazing. Yeah. Okay. 1 comes through. That's going to be 2 mortal wounds. Straight up.
1 mortal wound.
Okay, 1 taken. And then a normal armor save with this thing. In addition, yeah.
A normal armor save?
Yes. Oh.
It's a 2.
Which is...
A normal armor save. Yeah.
Oh, you're on a 2 for armor saves. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so no damage taken, just the 1 mortal wound. Comes through, dropping down to 12. We'll now turn here. And we're going to try and strip 1 wound away from that Dreadnought at the back. If we can.
Shields up, Ben. Shields up.
Right, okay. Ben Shaw, Phoenix Lord to hold. We'll go Dave Humphries for this one. I've just seen it. Dave Humphries is an Admech player.
That's why you're saving it till last.
Here it comes. 2, because he's been... It's all right, Tom. We've got this. Mars reroll.
Yeah, so...
I'm crying.
You know the problem there?
Yeah.
He's an Admech player.
Yes.
And you're Dark.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Oh, dear.
Does not compute.
I've got tears of oil coming out of my eyes, Tom. Next, we'll go for 4 shots with the auto cannon. Okay, those are hitting. 3 to wound.
Nice.
2 go through, -1.
And
He's gone. Does he blow up?
I don't think they do.
I think he's classed as a monster, so you'd think he would. Tom will check.
Oh, he's not a monster.
Oh.
He's a vehicular.
He's a vehicle. Alright, well whatever he is, he's gone.
He doesn't blow up.
Okay. He just exits the vehicle. The pilot gets out, walks off. That's it. Okay. Phoenix sword removed from play. There's a few have fallen in this game, but a good number remain. Okay, so then I guess... See, these might be quite effective against the infantry units. I'm going to fire... Well, I get points for killing him in the middle, so I'm going to fire these 3 into him. So here we go. In 4s, we'll do a Mars reroll. Yeah. Alright, and then we'll try and wound on a 3. Come on, yes, we do. Right, invuln save required. High damage if it makes it through. Okay, blocked.
Come on, Jason.
Alright, it's Longbow BB holding in the centre. Tough enough.
He has got that much disrespect for you that he's actually turned his back again.
Yes, yeah.
Like he's not even interested in what you've got to say.
Okay. We'll go... Alright, we'll keep firing at longbow then. We'll just keep this up. You're going to use the last of the patrons. Scott Costello here. So, Daedalus rocket. Hits on a 6 again. How many 6s have we had from that rocket this game? Trying to wound on a 3. Yes, it does. Another invuln save required.
Go on, Jason.
No. Auto cannon shots. And I will Mars it. Failed. It's not been blessed. And then we'll try and wound on 3s. 1 comes through. Okay.
Just sneaking through.
Yeah, 2 wounds come through, and then we'll go for Gatling. 4s. Nothing. Alright. We'll do the 3rd one. Same target.
Shields up, Jace. Come on.
Daedalus. This one's been blessed. 2s. Ay. That's Mars, by the way. Trying to wound now. We do. Another 4+ invulnerable save required.
Nope.
Right.
I've got no CP.
D6 damage. Finally, after 3 turns, 4 wounds caused. Alright, so Rocket makes an impact here, dropping down to 6. Okay, sensing an opportunity here. This is auto cannons, they've all hit. If these all wound, there could be a bit of trouble. They do. -1.
All passed.
Gosh. Okay, Gatling. 2 saves. 1 goes through. Okay, so dropping down to 5. Right, next, galvanic rifles will go into the Dread Knight, and then we'll go for a sniper shot against the Apothecary. So we'll snipe him first. Mars. Hits. 6 would be amazing. Nope. Strength 7. So we shall leave it. No, I'm going to command reroll it. It does go through. Okay, so roll up the save. 4 would... Yeah, I think you're okay.
Ignore the first one, yeah.
Yeah, 3 ups. Tom's looking for, so he's passed, no problem. Galvanic rifles. This is into the Dread Knight, which has been declared. Rerolling 1s for the Tech Priest Dominus. 5s to wound. 3. -1.
No.
Okay. It's dropping down to 3 wounds left. We'll go for the next squad that's sat still. There's 3 squads here, and the middle squad sat still.
You're almost more likely to wound the Dread Knight than you are to wound the Terminators.
Because of armor contempt. Got it.
The armor contempt.
Yeah, okay. We'll still snipe that Apothecary. Don't worry. We'll not use the Mars. We'll use for that one. We'll use the Tech Priest Dominus. Okay, and then we'll go for 3 to wound. Man. Okay, and then we'll go for galvanic rifles. Reroll those. And then we'll use the Mars on that one. And then we'll try and wound. Yeah, 3 more. Oh boy.
-1?
Yeah.
Alright, good.
Down to
1.
1 wound left. Right. I moved, so I can't fire the transferring arquebus at all, but I've got the galvanic rifles. They'll go into that target. 8 shots. They're heavy weapon, so it's going to be 4s for hits. We'll re-roll those 2 1s for the Tech Priest Dominus. And then I'm going to re-roll that 3 for Mars. Okay, so we're looking at something like that. 5s and 6s to wound. 3. This could be it.
All good.
Another Drake Knight with a single wound left. I don't think I've got anything left that could shoot at him. Nope, so he's going to survive. Just about. With firepower cross here, we'll go into the Dread Knight. So cocked. And we'll do Mars. And we'll take those away. And nothing. Okay, that is it. That is shooting done. It's not been too bad here from the Adeptus Mechanicus gun line. Firepower's come through. Not too bad. That's end of turn. No charges take place. I will now calculate points. Alright, so Ad Mech take the lead again, but not by much. 36 points to 28 now. Again, Tom has a turn in hand. No prisoners going up to 24 points. There was a lot hanging on that single wound with Longbow BB in the middle. I would have picked up points for bring it down on him, 5 points lost, and no prisoners would have been achieved as well, so 10 points denied just for keeping that Dread Knight alive. And Tom says he can make him disappear with Gate of Infinity to get him out of trouble and to preserve him for the rest of the game. So I've got 1 secondary still in action. We'll leave it at that point. Tom just needs to, I think this is the next stage really, it's quite straightforward, clear this objective across here with these forces, and then decisions to make about what to do across here to try and get stuck in amongst this lot, or to try and see the game through. We shall see. To go against the fluff would be total eradication. We'll see if that's doable. Turn 3 for the Grey Knights next. Right, what's your secondaries, Tom? This is
So
Tom's.
my secondaries are overwhelming firepower, no prisoners, and secure no man's land. So I've secured no man's land as soon as I kill those 2.
Yep.
So I hold the 2 that are in no man's land.
Right, fine.
So that one will be
Drake Knight's pushing forwards here. This squad pushing forwards as well. Draco moving up, camping out on the no man's land objective quite comfortably. There's other units, including Castle and Crow around the back there, holding on to the home objective, and then jumping forwards here with the interceptors.
Yeah.
Over on that flank.
Well, I'll bring these guys in. Otherwise, it's just going to be boring me sitting back. So I'll go in with them.
Home objectives are anchored here, so Tom can free up some units to go for the final push here against the Admech gun lines. We're starting to see them close ground here.
Psychic phase then.
Yep, Psychic phase next. Psychic phase finished. Mortal wound caused across here from Smite.
Yes, I wanted to leave the last one left because I've got no prisoners, so I need to kill. I've got no prisoners and overwhelming firepower.
Gate of Infinity was attempted with Drago but failed.
Yep. Even with spending a CP for the extra dice to do it, I was going to try and teleport the Terminators out and over here to rapid fire into there. Did not work.
Okay.
I decided to keep Longbow going and do some shooting because Luke ended up dropping the big bring it down.
Yes.
So I might as well keep him in the game. So we'll just go on to shooting next.
Yep, shooting phase next. Okay, firepower's complete here from the Grey Knights, obviously taking out the last of the Vanguard across here, so that's well and truly wiped them out and cleared that objective. Firepower across here, 2 wounds came through from a Psycan, and then some more Daka coming through, picked off 2 of the Rangers. That's it, firepower complete, passed multiple saves, lots of hits coming through, multiple saves passed with the Dragoon. So that is shooting phase finished. Charges next, yeah, and they go.
Just, I think.
4, yeah, may well do it.
Yeah, if it's within an inch, isn't it, at the end?
Ghost inch, yep.
Yeah.
Just about.
Dear. It'd have to be like him goes in, because I can't go over the crater, otherwise I get -2.
Correct.
So I'll have to go in there and then...
You got the part in, you should be fine.
I don't think I can do a great deal over here, if anything. Sneaky 11. Ooh.
Worth a check, Tom's rolled a 10.
Yeah. No.
No.
It used to be 11. Oh, that was close.
Okay.
Right.
That's about it, Tom. You can't make it. You're going to have to wait.
Yes,
He's going to have to wait. Just that one combat. Minus 1 to hit rolls for Incense Cloud. It's for any attack being made. It's looking for 4s.
Yeah.
Decent enough roll. Toughness 6 on these things. Macedonian Dragoons. Alright, 4s.
That is 2 mortal wounds.
Okay.
And 3 saves at -2. Might be -1. Let me just double check.
I'll roll my save here. Tom will check. Yeah, it's important to check that. So that's a failure. They're 2 wounds a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 2 mortals.
Yeah, so 6. Done it.
You get your double 5 to try and stroke the mortals.
I do. Nope. Detonation. Nope. Okay. So target destroyed. Well done. He's a fraction of an inch away from controlling that objective.
Yeah.
Oh, that was close. So I was putting units out to try and stop Tom from getting to objectives, but he's used them as leapfrog opportunities to get in amongst the Admech here. But good progress. This is quite rapid progress here from the Grey Knights across the board, looking strong enough as they attempt to close in for the kill. Alright, so end of turn. Tom takes the lead, but not by too much here. 44 points to 36. 5 points picked up for a secondary. 8 points picked up for primaries. 3 points picked up for clearing an enemy unit off an objective, reclaiming a new objective. So picking up points for that as well. So 44 points to 36 at this stage. I can't see how the Admech can win. Depends on secondaries being drawn. But Tom now has the majority of objectives. That's going to deny us points and grant Tom extra. So now I think the scales have well and truly tipped in his favour. But this is a league battle. So even if the Admech lose here, there is a race to pick up as many points as possible because it is the total number of points scored in the 2 games to see whether they qualify. So we're not going to give up the Admech here. Just keep the points, as many as possible, flowing in. Fight to the bitter end. The Grey Knights will do the same. Turn 4 for the Admech next. Alright, turn 4 for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Assassination's been drawn. Secure No Man's Land has been drawn. Continuing on with no prisoners. We've pushed these forwards. I've got to try and secure No Man's Land, so I've got to go after this objective as much as I can. Blessing him, holding position, shifted him forwards a little bit just to keep up with them to restore just the 1 wound coming through. That's it, movement done. 8 points are picked up for primaries. We'll go on to shooting phase next. Shooting phase finished. Both Dread Knights are gone. Firepower coming from multiple targets proved effective enough. Torsion cannons here finished off this one. And then, no it wasn't, they caused some damage, but they finished off, it was combined firepower from all 3 of these. Coming across here to finish him off. It was galvanic rifles and sniper rifles finished off the Dread Knight here in the middle. But failed to take on this unit across here, which is now poised to disrupt and take the objective on the Adeptus Mechanicus left-hand flank. So going after the bigger targets here, but neglecting attack 2 option over on this side. Shooting phase is finished. Both sides have shrunk now heavily in size. We'll calculate points at the end of the turn. Combat. No. We've got a combat here, so we're going to try and go in for the charge. I'll stick to the plan. I reckon a 6 will put us in, and I've used my CP, so that charge will not go ahead. That objective remains in the control of the Grey Knights. Not many points coming in here for the Admech. 5 points picked up for a secondary, which is no prisoners. That was achieved. We're going to keep these 2 running. Secure No Man's Land assassination. 2 points picked up for primaries for destroying unit on an objective, plus the other 8 for holding on to primaries as well. So Admech take the lead again, 51 points to 44. So this is going to be a tight enough run game here. We'll go on to turn 4 for the Grey Knights. Alright, so movement's done for the Grey Knights here on their turn 4. Hold the line, no prisoners, and deploy teleport homers in action. That's their move. They've crossed over into my deployment zone, to hold the objective, and deploy teleport homers at the same time. Terminator's pushing forwards, holding back here. Tom doesn't want Castle and Crow being sniped. But Interceptors have jumped across. They're on this objective. They'll take it and disrupt over on that flank. And that's about it. Psychic phase next. Okay, Psychic phase done. Mortal Wounds coming through here from Smite. Mortal Wound on the Tech Priest engines here from Smite. Sanctuary went off, put onto these. These have been granted with...
They got
Drago's
four
blessing.
Vulnerable save, and they got Drago's blessing before they were Gate of Infinity over to here.
Yes, sorry, yeah, big one. Great Gate of Infinity, shifting these across and landing them here just over 9 inches away from Ad Mech units. Tom reckons he can unleash Daka here to cause trouble for these. That's psychic phase done, shooting phase next. Okay, so firepower's done. This squad was wiped out. Tom's squad firing through as we talked about earlier on. So they've been removed from play. Attempt was made to fire at the Tech Priest engines here, but he passed all of his saves. We actually got 3 up saves, so it's tough enough. Shooting phase is finished. We'll go on to charges. Yep. Yeah, there's an obvious one across here. So it's just the one charge that's gone ahead here, going into both the Tech Priest and the Dune Crawler.
Has the Tech Priest got an invulnerable save?
I shall find out. The Dune Crawler does have a 5+ invulnerable save, for sure. Yeah, the Tech Priest engines, yeah. Yeah. He does, yeah. Well, 5+ invulnerable save on him as well.
Put all of my attacks into him.
Yep, kill the character. Tom wants to kill a unit that's on an objective just to pick up the points for the mission.
Wow. That's not great.
Okay.
Okay, so 2 mortals and 4 saves of -3.
-3, I'm gone.
2 damage.
He's gone. Character destroyed. He stood his ground, but he's removed.
How many wounds is he?
He's a 4 wound model. Yeah, this is adding up Tom's total. Yes, 4 wounds. Tom's no prisoners total, increasing to 23.
Okay.
All right, so turn 4. Points coming in, which has really helped Tom here, is the 12 points now for primaries. That's excellent. Destroying a unit and capturing a fresh objective to pick up another 3 points for the mission, and another secondary achieved as well. So that pushes the Grey Knights with a better margin now, 64 points to them, 51 points to Adeptus Mechanicus. Either way, the game's not going to be a whitewash here. Both sides have picked up a decent amount of points. It should be the case that the Grey Knights achieve victory, but there's a final turn for the Admech to try and pick up a last grab of points. We'll go on to their turn 5 next. Alright, so spent a CP to dump a card. For the 4th time in a row, we dumped Assassination and then got Area Denial, no use. Overwhelming Firepower was drawn, and Secure No Man's Land continues, so the breaches will continue to push in this direction, try and clear and hold that. Pick them up 5 points. Backing off here, don't want Tom leapfrogging from units onto this objective, so we've backed away. A nice sort of fitting end as the Dark Mechanicum, as they've been accused, now back away from the fight here against the Grey Knights, pulling out a close combat with the Dune Crawler. That's the move done. Shooting phase next. Firepower complete. We ended up directing all of this firepower, not that one because it fell out, but all this stuff across here, and we did take out the interceptors across there, so clearing that objective. Then across here, torsion cannons took out 2 of those. That's it. Charges next. Just 1 charge has gone in. Here we go. We need 4s. We're Mars, so we're going to reroll one of those, which helps. We're looking healthy enough. 2s to wound. Well, not so good now. 4 have made it through. We've equipped them with hydraulic claws. AP -2, which is AP -1. So 4 saves are 4+. Damage 3. So that is the wipeout. No CP available. So that squad is gone. They've just about managed to do it. Objective has been reclaimed. So, damage-wise, casualties are, I think, officially heavy on both sides. This is a tight enough battle. I still think the Grey Knights have got it. But we'll end the turn here. A little bit of a rebound from the Adeptus Mechanicus. We'll calculate points for them next. Okay, so points coming in. Some have come in here, but it's not enough. We've got 63. Tom's on 64 with a turn in hand. So he does have victory. We are going to have to resolve turn 5, though. There is definitely an opportunity for more points to be grabbed here for the Grey Knights. But we achieved Secure No Man's Land, and no prisoners came through. So secondaries coming through there. Only 4 points for primaries, 3 points. So because we destroyed an objective and reclaimed an objective, so 63 points in total. Yeah, correction, 5 more points are picked up. It's 5 secondaries we've achieved. So around 68 points to 64 there for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Tom's on his move here just to round the battle off. So we're on turn 5. For points coming in, Tom's emphasis is going to be on this objective. He picks up his primaries at the end of his turn, so he's going to try and clear and hold that objective. Drago's going in just to mop up right at the end of the battle. A couple of Terminators come through. These Terminators pushing through as well, converging on here. I think Psychic Phase, Smites, Firepower's all going to converge on this for multiple opportunities to pick up points as quickly as possible, just to push that tally as high as it can go. So we're going to Psychic Phase next. Psychic Phase, Super Smite from... What's that? That's the 5s.
That was a Super Smite. We Super Smited Imperils, and then I rolled 5 mortal wounds onto them, and then I rolled 2 mortal wounds onto myself and saved both of them. So.
And then another Smite came across here and put another 2, so almost wiping those out just in the Super Psychic Phase. Okay, so Firepower next. Right, Firepower here, it will not die. There's 1 wound left on this thing. There's my string of saves across there. So all the DACA, that's Stormbolters here, and from Drago. So here's the charge, send him in.
Just because I don't trust your saves, I'm going to send in the Terminators. So they're going to go in, so they hold the objective. Because they're troops.
Yes.
And then I'll send in Drago. And
double 6.
It means business.
Okay.
And then we'll just do Drago versus him. And then,
here we go. Yeah, to finish off the Breacher.
So he gets 6 attacks plus 1 for charge, hitting on 2s. The Titan Sword is strength 8.
3s to wound, quadruple 1. If I roll a double 6, yeah, we're dead. Don't worry, we're gone. Okay, target destroyed.
3 damage.
Yep, that's Amy Almo, Phoenix Lord removed from play, but it's been a useful enough squad, the Breachers. But they're gone. Right, so now I think we've got a result, because Tom's cleared and retaken this objective across here. He can trade in his secondaries.
Couldn't get grind them down.
Yep.
So I just get hold the line and no prisons. And yeah, the 3 points for killing something on an objective and taking the objective.
Yeah, I think Tom's score's going to be high enough. We'll calculate victory points. Okay, points coming in. It's very good here from the Grey Knights. It's starting to control objectives towards the end of the game, starting to max out there. Plus, consistently, almost every turn, maxing out with the bonus for that mission for destroying a unit on an objective and reclaiming an objective. Tom did that 4 times over, maxing out, and then 2 on another turn. So very, very healthy amount of points coming through for the mission. And then secondaries, 7 of those coming through. A total of 86 points. It's the Grey Knights. It's actually turned out to be a really good score. Adeptus Mechanicus, not so bad from them. Their final score, 68 points, which is nice, high scoring as well. So Ad Mech, or Dark Mechanicum, is the accusation here. They have lost, but they have managed to rake in a good number of points. So not too much of a panic for these. Both sides will need to play their second game. As Ad Mech, it's not too bad. Grey Knights off to a strong start. So both these factions now entering into the league here. Alright, so just updating the board here. So the results have come through, the fixture's been completed. So there has been a shuffle in the board here. So Grey Knights immediately jumping to 6th place. That's knocked some factions down. Blood Angels now drop to 7th, so they're heading down. Drukhari heading down, but they've got a game in hand. Tyranids into the relegation zone. Ad Mech in the relegation zone, but they've got a game in hand to try and push them up. So the league's starting to tighten up now. We'll see the sad situation where some factions will be eliminated from the competition. But Grey Knights, I think they're probably going to qualify here. They just need a few more points and they'll be up there with the higher scoring factions. Well done to them. They are in the league and they're now mid-table straight away. Alright, so that's the battle. I'll call out the patrons at silver level. Get name shouts out at the end of all of our battle reports. That's David Hurd, Denny Wright, Jason Martinez, Marcus Olsen, Peter Goodall, Ross Caldwell, William Schwarz and Zachary Lee. So big thanks to them for their support at silver level. So this has been a league battle. We plan to split the videos on YouTube and over on YouTube channel memberships. So if you want to catch all the action, then do join us on YouTube channel membership, and you can see all of the league battles take place. That'll be later on in the season, the knockout games exclusive on YouTube channel membership as well. But in this particular battle, it is the Grey Knights that have triumphed here. A good score from them. Good to see Tom back, and he arrives with a victory here against the Adeptus Mechanicus. Great game. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.